What's up, everyone? Oh, it's a new view. We are live at 5. It's Friday. It's Friday, April 10th. I'm Paul Montour.
I'm Beth Stevens.
And we're joined, as always, by Caitlin Moynihan. Oh, and some bright colors.
Oh, yes. Hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Good Friday.
Yeah.
It's a good Friday. And how's everyone doing? Everyone holding up? Yeah.
Another week down.
Yep.
Yeah, it's awesome. But we're getting through it. And we have a great guest today. A lot of people are already joining us and writing questions because we always encourage questions from the fans. Who's here today, Beth?
Oh, the one and only Jeremy Jordan is with us today.
Awesome. Yeah, he's going to be Seymour, right? Isn't that what we were waiting for? That's what we were waiting for. We were just about to see that happen in Little Shop of Horrors, and hopefully we still will.
Right. Not so suddenly now. Yeah.
Say it again?
Not so suddenly now.
Let's talk about today's news.
Today we found out who's going to be finding out that love is an open door in the West End.
That is right. We found out who will be playing.
Who's in that photo?
Stephanie McKean and our friend Samantha Barks, and they are starring in Frozen in London. Now, we already knew Samantha Barks.
That's why they have snow on them. Okay.
That's snow, I guess.
Sneakers.
Snow and sneakers.
What do they call them? Kicks? What do they call them in London, Beth?
Trainers.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So we already knew Samantha Barks would be playing Elsa, and now we found out Stephanie McKean will be playing Princess Anna in Frozen at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane, which has been refurbished, and this will be reopening that theater, gorgeous theater. It will begin previews, and so far this is still on track, October 30th, with an opening night on my birthday, November 11th. Now you know. Stephanie McKean has been in the West End productions of Beautiful, the Carole King musical, and The Commitment. So this is a big moment for her.
It's definitely a big moment. There's an automatic fan base.
Automatic Disney princess.
Disney princess fan base. It's hardcore.
Yeah. And we might not be able to see Assassins at Classic Stage this spring, but we can still hear from the actors.
Yeah, so who's that? That's Will Swenson, right?
It is.
Look at his hair. Look at that facial hair. It's really a good, legit look for him. So Classic Stage Company gathered an amazing cast to be in the Sondheim John Weidman musical Assassins, and of course it got postponed because that's what happens these days. But we found out that they have this series called Classic Conversations. What makes a classic conversation, Beth?
Something at Classic Stage Company. Did I get it right?
Got it. Okay. Got it. So every Thursday at 6 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook, they're going to talk to fantastic people, including members of the cast of Assassins. And they're going to sing, too. So maybe we'll get a little sneak peek. And they'll be with their director, John Doyle, as they await announcement for the start of rehearsals again. This is like a build-up to They'll wait for John Doyle to keep rehearsals maybe kind of going. I don't know. It starts April 16th with Brandon Uranowicz, 3-time Tony nominee, and it's going to be great. And then Will Swenson will be there April 23rd, and Adam Chandler-Barat will be there, and Tavi Gevinson. Anyway, they're all going to be there, I guess. And it's going to be a fun way for you to keep waiting for that production to come, right? That's what we're doing.
Yep, and you guys asked for a Tiger King musical, so Kristen Chenoweth and Andrew Lippa are giving you one.
Kind of.
So I'm the only person who hasn't seen this thing, but Andrew Lippa, I do pay attention to the Broadway people on the Twitter, and Andrew Lippa is obsessed with the Tiger King, as we know. And of course, he worked with Kristen Chenoweth when they did You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, for which he won a Tony Award.
That song that won the Tony, remember that?
Of course I remember that.
New Philosophy.
It's her New Philosophy, which look that up on YouTube because it's a great Tony clip. But they reunited separately from their separate homes to release a Tiger King inspired song called Little Pieces. And you can click on Broadway.com.
You know what that refers to.
I don't spoil it for me. I'm going to get to this. Yes, so they are. They have reunited, and they are. You can listen to it on Broadway.com.
Carole Baskin. She's Carole Baskin of Big Cat Rescue. She's singing as Carole Baskin who is accused of doing something with little pieces. Yeah.
Based on the description that I read, it sounds a little gruesome, but the song is great.
So what does this mean? Does this mean that like people are all at home and they're actually going to write like a Tiger King musical? That's what's happening? Because I hear there's a rumor there are more songs from more talents to come.
Oh, well, you know, I love people being creative in this time. So whatever they want to do to get out their creativity, go for it. And if you have friends like Kristen Chenoweth, call them and make them sing for you.
But Beth, come on, watch the show. Get on.
Yeah, and even more stars are going to help you guys celebrate Passover Seder.
Yes, so tomorrow night is Saturday Night Seder. It can be seen at SaturdayNightSeder.com and BuzzFeed's Tasty YouTube channels at 8 p.m. tomorrow. And we just found out that Bette Midler and Sarah Silverman are joining this amazing, I mean, it's like a star-studded Seder. I don't know much about Seder, but
well, Seders are usually filled with people who can't sing very well, talking for a long time and reading. So this should be much more entertaining.
Like Idina Menzel and Billy Porter, so Ben Platt. So I think singers.
All I have to say.
Right. So anyway, check it out. It's going to be a lot of fantastic people. Thank you, Beth. Good to see you. We'll pop you back in at the end. Caitlin, why don't you tell everyone about Tim?
Yes. I feel like today's guest needs no introduction. If I'm going to give one to you guys anyway, we have Mr. Jeremy Jordan here with us today as our final guest for Live at 5 Home Edition this week, live on both Facebook and YouTube. As we said earlier, he was scheduled to start performances as Seymour and Off-Broadway's Little Shop of Horrors. Before that was, you know, shut down for a little bit because of the COVID-19 pandemic. You guys probably know Jeremy. He earned a Tony nom for his leading turn in Newsies. He's appeared on Broadway in Bonnie and Clyde, Waitress, American Son, West Side Story, Rock of Ages. He's been on our screens in Supergirl, Smash, The Last 5 Years movie. We would be here all day if we talked about everything you guys might know Jeremy Jordan from. So instead, follow him on social media at Jeremy M. Jordan. Leave all of your questions in the comments below for us to get to later. And please welcome Jeremy and Paul.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hey!
You know, when Caitlin was doing your bio, it was almost like she was annoyed by how many amazing things you've done.
Well, you know what? She said she could go on talking all day, but she was pretty much at the end of the list.
She flew through it, though.
Yeah, she flew through it. I mean, I mean, unless you want to talk about my community theater days, which
I always want to talk about that. So, and you're wearing some American Son merch. That is a Netflix binging option.
Yes,
right?
I mean, it's only 90 minutes, so it's a real quick binge.
Have you watched it?
Not at home, but yes, I have watched it.
Like kind of premiere or something?
Yeah, I watched it. When we premiered it in Toronto, I think, and
cool.
I watched it there. It was wild,
intense.
Very, yeah. Well, it's very intense, and I forgot how intense it was, from an audience perspective, because I was just sitting there and like, wow. Because backstage you're just like, no, I'm just gonna twiddle my thumbs and okay, when's my part? But yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, well, you've shown a lot of range. You have a lot of tricks in that bag. I love it. You do all kinds of things. I can turn on the racist switch apparently, which is terrifying. But I try to leave that off. We definitely prefer it off. We like you in musicals, and we like you. We're really excited to see you play Seymour. Let me just get to the hard-hitting, like CNN level question. Are you too handsome to play Seymour? Oh Jesus. I don't know. Well, here, you can look at my hair right now. It's a little bit like okay, maybe you are pulling it off. I actually got my haircut for Seymour the day the COVID pandemic shut down all of theater. Wow. And so it's a mess. But I was in my last rehearsal. So you were right there. You were just we had just finished Act 1 of the run through, and we're like, I don't think we're gonna do Act 2 for a couple months. I know that when Jonathan Groff opened that production, he said that he told me he'd been playing that role like in his bedroom for his whole life. Do you have a similar relationship to this? Was this a dream role you really wanted to do? Totally a dream role. I mean, I've known the movie forever, and I've sang songs from it forever. I guess I never really thought that it would be something that would come back in the time that I was, able to still do it. Although I guess they're kind of ageless parts. You can really kind of play them for however long.
I agree.
But no, I hadn't really thought, because it was actually one of the first things I ever saw in the city when they did it on Broadway with Carrie Butler and Hunter Foster.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, so I was very excited to.
So you didn't have to learn the lyrics.
I knew some of them, but I'd certainly had a lot. It's a big part. He talks and sings a lot.
Yeah, he does sing a lot. I'm excited to do it.
One day.
You didn't answer the question. Isn't Seymour supposed to be like the ultimate like nerd? Do you consider yourself? Do you have like an inner geek nerd?
Oh, he's fully exposed. He's not inner at all. But yeah, I'm a total nerd geek. I'm not a botany enthusiast per se, but I'm super big into computers. I play a lot of video games. I read a lot. I have grew up with a healthy dose of social anxiety, so I can relate to Seymour in many ways. And you put on those glasses, and it's just very transformative. Absolutely,
I'm into it. So I believe you're in your basement, your home.
I am in my basement.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we finished our basement in our new house that we have, and it's lovely. It's still completely mostly undecorated, but we have a 11-month-old child upstairs who is quite demanding of our time.
How's the beautiful Ashley Spencer, your wife?
Ashley Spencer's wonderful. We're actually like handling all this pretty well. It's a little bit, stressful in the normal, sense of the word, and in the idea that, who knows when everybody in our community is going to go back to work and all the other stuff. But, we have a kid that sort of can take us away from all that, and sort of blessed to have this house in the suburbs, and spending time. We're trying to make the most of it, spending as much time together. We're learning how to cook, because we never cooked before, like very, very little. And now we're cooking every day, and it is quite the journey.
You're making things?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm mostly doing like the sous chef stuff. Cool. Although if it's like a pizza or that kind of a vibe, I'm the one making it.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
Clara is your daughter, right?
Clara, yeah.
Clara, and she's going to be one in like a week, 11 days, right? Yeah, soon.
Wow, calendar. Yes, April 21st is her birthday, and she is going to be one. We were going to have a huge party with all our friends and family, and I think we'll do a Zoom thing or something and bake her a cake. And Ashley's been very, very specific not to give her any sweets, because she wants to, apparently when they turn one, it's like they get the cake and it's supposed to blow their mind, because all they've had is like mushy food and bland vegetables and maybe like some fruits, but apparently your first slice of cake is just supposed to I'm very excited for the reaction. And if I don't get the reaction from the cake, I'm going to make her do the lime thing where babies taste a lime for the first time, because I'm going to need some kind of video footage. I'm just going to need some gems from the first birthday.
Absolutely. It's important. So have you found yourself, obviously you're right, having a baby around, it keeps you pretty busy. So I guess is this the basement you've watched like Tiger King in, or have you seen
some of it? Yeah, definitely watched some of Tiger King here. I've watched it in I've watched it actually in every room that has a TV in my house at one point or another, because I'm just following, because you can watch it while watching the baby, because she's too young to understand what's going on, but it's not like watching Ozark where you have to pay attention,
right?
Which is what we're also watching. But so yeah, we got through that really quickly. But yeah, we're hanging out. We're trying to move around. Sometime in the living room, sometime in the basement, sometime in other parts of the house, and trying to get out for walks when it's not raining. And today I went to the grocery store, and it was about 2.5 hour process, which was really fun. Going to the grocery store in the burbs is not a joke.
It's scary too. Everything, like every move you make is very really careful. But
I waited in line for like an hour outside. You know how it goes.
Wow, I'm glad
you have to do the whole wiping down process when you get home.
Yeah, no, I know.
section off a corner of the living room where we set everything down and then move it from one. I was like, what is happening? This is ridiculous.
Are you staying healthy, or did you partake in any like junk food? Like, you that kind of person?
100%. Although I will say I do feel healthier, and I feel like we've lost like a couple pounds just because we haven't been eating out.
Right.
So like, all the stuff we're making, you know, relatively fresh. I mean, we were still eating like junk food and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's less, you know, fried whatever this or that, or I'm having less milkshakes, maybe not less cookies. But also, you know, when you're not like running around, I don't know, I feel like I'm not eating all the time. I feel like when I'm like up and then going and moving, I'm like, oh, I have to eat, and I have to like eat a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like we're in the middle, and we're trying to exercise and trying to do that. So we got some exercise equipment, and yeah, you know, we're like doing like streaming classes because we're very much not self-motivating. Well, Ashley is much more than I am, but I need to be yelled at and told what to do, or else I won't do it.
By somebody on a video.
By somebody in terms of working out. I don't like being yelled at on a normal basis, like in regular life. So don't come up to me and yell at me. Like that would be not great. But in terms of working out, yes, I need to be. But I'm also super competitive. So I really miss going to like classes and feeling like I'm trying to beat everybody. But
you have to show off at the gym and like in front of other people.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm always in a race, which I love racing and things like that. Who knew? Well, you know who knew is Chris Rodriguez. She's always called me out on this. She's like, you're the most competitive person I know. I was like, aside from you. And she's like, well, yes, aside from me.
You're right though, but I feel like a lot of, especially New Yorkers, we've all been in a race, right? Nonstop. Like our lives and careers are just sort of like these races, and everything just kind of got like it's been an interesting adjustment.
Yeah. And then we have to deal with our, you know, being alone with ourselves. and being comfortable of sitting still. That's not a thing that we do.
Yeah.
So, but I've been trying to do some writing, which has been really fun.
What kind of writing?
Oh, this and that, Paul.
Like memoirs, a play, a TV show.
No. Although I feel like I'm always writing memoirs. It's like all of my cabaret shows are like little mini memoirs.
Sure.
No, trying to write some music, trying to maybe work on a script or two that I've been thinking about for years and never actually done. So, you know, it's a little bit strange and weird and new, but it actually is good because, you know, you're finally give yourself permission to do these sorts of things. You know, like before it's just like I'm working, and then I have to spend time with my family, and then I have to find time to be with my friends, and then I have to actually sleep, and I have to, you know, do leisurely things, and then suddenly all those little things that you'd put on the back burner stay there. You know, I've been trying to like work on an album for 5 years now, and it just gets to be the last thing. So now I'm spending plenty of time with my family. You know, you have the Zoom chats with your friends, and that's all you get. And other than that, what else do you have to do?
Write your damn album.
Yeah, working on it. One day.
Speaking of people who really want to hear this album, hey, Caitlin, tell me about what the people online are saying or asking.
Oh, yes, they're saying so much.
I know.
So we're going to do Catherine on YouTube first. She says, hey, Jeremy, which one of the characters have you portrayed do you relate to the most?
Oh.
Do I relate to the most? Oh, wow. Okay. Going through. Oddly enough, I would say the character I played on Supergirl, his name was Win. He was like a nerdy computer dude. And I very, very much related to that. And I had never actually gotten a chance to play that kind of a role before. But it's very much more closely to who I am, like as a human being, than like the typical, you know, leading man box sort of thing that I've been thrown into over the past, you know, first 10 years or so of my career. So yeah, he's definitely been the closest one to my soul. Like
Right, you're a good nerd. I forgot. You're a good nerd. I take it back. You'll be fine.
I mean, there's no. It's good, bad, nerd. It's just what it is. You know.
I love it. Okay, Carrie Schuler on Facebook says, if you could only do one musical for the rest of your life, what would you do? Drama.
If I could only do and just continue to do it over and over and over again. Forever. God, what's the most depressing musical I can think of? No, gosh. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like something happy.
Yeah.
Maybe something like, I don't know, something like Hairspray or something. Yeah, I feel like all the musicals that I really love are a little depressing, and I wouldn't want to do them for my whole life. So,
is there like a dream, really dark musical you're dying to do?
God, well, I always wanted to be in Spring Awakening. I tried for a while, but Michael Mayer never let me do it, and then he decided to cast me in Little Shop of Horrors, which too little, too late, buddy. Gosh, you know. Into the Woods always loved.
Cool.
What are like some darker musicals?
Who'd you be in Into the Woods?
Huh?
Who'd you want to be in Into the Woods?
Oh, I wasn't thinking about being in it. Dang it. I don't know who I guess I would be there.
You and Ashley could do a show where you just do all the parts. Just do that.
Yeah. Like a Ragtime. That I would love to be in Ragtime eventually. That was
you guys rehearse together? Like, did she play Audrey at home? Did she read lines?
Oh yeah. Because I only had a few weeks to learn everything, so we would just do like fast line throughs of the whole show where she'd just sit on the couch and she would change her Audrey voice at every line. I was like, stop it. I can't concentrate. She's like, well, what if she was from like New York? I was like, I don't, stop it. But
I love it.
But yeah, I know we try to work on our things together and coach each other and
love it.
Support.
I love that. Bella Bunny on YouTube wants to know, what is Jeremy Jordan's first Broadway memory?
Like on Broadway or of Broadway?
I think of Broadway.
Well, the first show I saw on Broadway was Rent. I was a freshman in high school, so 'twas around the turn of the century.
Do you know anyone who was in it? Like, do you know who was in the cast? Do you have any idea?
No, I didn't really know who anybody was, and I don't know if I have the playbill anymore. I don't think I do. But I saw Rent in Chicago in the same day, and I was like, that's what I want to do. Not Chicago, Rent. I mean, no offense to Chicago, but
yeah, you'd been good in Rent. That would have been like a.
Yeah, I always wanted to do a Roger or a Mark. I couldn't. Yeah. I think I'm like in that weird in between stage where I'm like not quite right for either, but I'm like right in the middle. So maybe that's why it never happened.
It doesn't mean you're not right for either. It means you're right for both. You could play.
Well, you know what? I could have been a swing. I could have been the standby back in my early days.
And you could have been Squeegee Guy too. You would have been good as Squeegee Guy.
Squeegee Guy for life. Squeegee Guy, understudy, Mark, and Roger.
Yeah, totally.
God, there's a dream role for you.
There it is.
There.
Oh, okay. Going into this next one, Bella on Facebook wants to know if you still get nervous before you perform, and how do you combat those nerves?
Yeah, sometimes I mostly get nervous before like concerts and stuff. Because when you rehearse for weeks or sometimes months, it's like so, and you're like ready to finally be in front of an audience and do all that stuff. I mostly get nervous, for when people I care about are watching the show. I used to hate to know that, but like now I actually like to know it because it like pushes me to like get through the nerves and like actually work on my nervousness. But which is how I would like answer that question, in that it's just like accept it and know that that you've done as much preparation as you can, and that generally speaking, although not always, but generally speaking, most people want you to succeed and want you to, thrive. And also when you mess up, unless it's some horrible mistake, which won't happen to you, Bella, people love like being there when something crazy happened or somebody messed up and something nutso went wrong. So, I think each mistake or each little blip is a lesson, and it sort of reminds you and everybody else that we're all human, and that this is a process, and there's never a perfection. It's just always kind of an ever-going learning process.
Totally.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people in the comments who are really big fans of Tangled the series. So
Tangled folks.
Yeah, we got a lot of Tangled folks. So Annalise on Facebook wants to know if you would want to continue doing voiceover work. And what's that like as a voiceover actor? What's that like?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's a super easy gig, and it's a really fun gig. I'd never done any sort of voiceover work ever before. And when I got to LA, when we were shooting the first season of Supergirl, I got this audition for this, for Tangled. And, it was a shot in the dark, and luckily I got it. And, it's a cartoon character, like a Disney character, and you're reading the lines, and you're sort of imagining what it might look like. And suddenly, about 6 months later, I saw the first, sort of rough sketch of what I voiced and how it was like being animated. And I had to like do some work to correct some of the lines and change some of and I was in the booth, like the recording booth, just like fully sobbing, because it was like a dream come true. You're a kid and you're watching all these cartoons and seeing all these things. And I was super into Disney and movies and stuff like that. And I would memorize all the lyrics to Aladdin and Lion King, and to kind of get to do that and have something of your own be set to animation, and all the care and work and months of effort that takes on hundreds of people to make that happen is really cool and really inspiring. And yeah, it's really fun. And also for my daughter, I would love to do more stuff like that so that she can watch that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to get you in another Disney movie.
Hey,
Yes.
another.
Yeah,
I guess the Newsies movie was Disney.
There you go.
It's called Newsies, filmed live on stage
at the Pantages in California.
A Disney movie in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to all the Newsies fans in the comments. All right, I think we do one last question. And Samantha on Facebook wants to know, other than Seymour, what show and what do you think you could hop into the easiest, like do next week if you had to, out of all of your previous?
What I could do next week?
Like what are you most prepared for? Like what you still have the lines and still?
I mean, I could probably do Pomander again in a week, but I don't have that kind of a memory. So like, I don't know things. Like, gosh, I don't like. What I know by heart still is all the Austin Powers movies, and all of South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut. Like those are the things that I remember from like my teenage years when I would binge watch movies over and over. I know all the words in Hocus Pocus and Independence Day.
Oh my God.
I could do those. If we verbatim did the movie scripts, that's what I could do.
That's really funny. I think
a specific set of films.
Yeah, well, I think a certain part of your life, those things are the things that stick with you.
Yeah.
You're saying like when the show's done, you're basically, it just kind of like falls out of your head.
Yeah, it's all gone, and it's better that way, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, although I mean, Ashley will be upstairs, and we'll just be like talking, and she'll like do an entire like choreography of a number that from a show that she did like 10 years ago, and I don't have no idea how you remember that sort of stuff. I don't have that kind of memory.
Super talent, Jeremy. That's why.
Yes, it's just it's called talent that it's in your bones.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna do a little Brady Bunch square.
Hey!
It's so good to see you. I hope you continue to enjoy time with your family, and I hope Clara has an amazing birthday.
Thank you.
It's gonna be good. And keep up the kitchen work. Get going up there.
Yeah, man. I think we need to get a new skillet, and then we need a new baking sheet. It's getting really.
All right, get in line. It's gonna be a while. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your time at home, and we'll see you on Skid Row.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great one.
See you later. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. And let you take us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another week of Live at 5 Home Edition. You guys can follow us along wherever you get your podcast by searching for hashtag Live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Have a great weekend. Stay inside, stay 6 feet away from each other, and tune in on Monday when we talk to Miss Rachel Tucker.